Good morning, YouTubers. You alright? How's it going? Sunday morning, and I'm here with my son. My son's running a half marathon. I was meant to be running it, but I'm too old to be running half marathons. No, what happened was I got a bit of an injury in my training and I couldn't. And plus, I'm too fat anyway. But anyway, what a place to be running a half marathon. I'm looking at it now, and I think you'll agree it's one hell of a magnificent setting to be starting and finishing a half marathon. So I'll just slowly spin you around and give you a look at where I'm at. Yeah, that's where I'm at. Hogwarts. And it's run round the Duke's, well, I call it the Duke's back garden, but it's Hune or Holland Park. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Alnwick, obviously. It's all off-road, and it's run by Red Deer Events, and I wish I was running it. I'm sick as a chip, but I'm not running it because it's a hell of a. It's across there. That's where Hune Park is, across there, Holland Park. I don't know how to pronounce it, even though I've more or less haven't lived in Alnwick, but I've had connections to Alnwick since I was born. I've visited many times. But through there is the park, and obviously there's the magnificent castle up there, or some people like to call it Hogwarts. And I noticed that tower in the middle distance there. You see the tower? Not that one there, not that one. That one there in the middle. See the figures they put on top. There, when the Scots came across, I think it was soldiers up there when they were attacking, and they're just statues. But anyway, the statues on the far side of that tower, I've got the Newcastle scarves on, because it's also the Caribou Cup final in the day. So that's later on, of course. So Lee's going to enjoy his half marathon, and he's going to enjoy his football, as he enjoys his football. But here's the River Allen. Zoom in on this. I zoom in on that.
Wild deer trail.
Aye. Right, I'm not sure if you see it, but there is a Newcastle flag flying up on the flagpole, which normally indicates, when the flag's flying, it normally indicates that the Duke's home, or there's royalty in sort of attendance. The Queen stopped there years ago. I saw the Queen gone through one of the streets in Alnwick on a big roller. Look at that there for the first couple of 100 metres of a half marathon, and it continues through this parkland like that, like this for 13 miles. There he is there, shitting his son. You for a wander across the river there, wander back, take a few photographs on the bridge. Lee's joined the queue again at the toilet. I think that's probably a mistake. The queue's massive and there's only about 8 portaloos. But he had a coffee and he shouldn't have had one. But yeah, well, that's the way it goes, isn't it? It's about 2:45, he's got 15 minutes. He's not doing any kind of warm-up. He says, no, just finishing the race will be enough for him. Can't read the castle though, it's got the Newcastle flag flying there. I was certainly, I'm wondering if the Duke's done it, or I wonder if some pranksters have broke in. And it's a long shot, like, but I mean, they hung a big flag on the Angels of the North. They climbed up that, didn't they? Who knows? We'll find it in the Chronicle on Monday. If it was the Duke himself, or whether it was pranksters. But caught out there because I was told that because there's a massive queue for the toilet, they're going to delay the start, but they haven't delayed the start. And he has the half marathon coming through. So I have to keep an eye out for Lee. I'm not even sure what colour top he's got on, because he had a coat over the top. And he's giving me the coat. I've got to look to see what colour top he had on. He says he's just taking it steady, like, so he might be near the middle of the pack, maybe. Can't see him, like. Still can't see him. Never seen him, to be honest. Hope he's not still in the queue. No, he wasn't a toilet queue. But he is, you know, but he's missed the start. It doesn't matter anyway, it'll just add another 5 minutes onto his time. Yeah, well, I've stood here, we've suddenly gone by him. Whether he's gone past, I haven't a clue. I wonder if we still have queue there, the toilet, on the left. So he's going to run up the start, run through the start. I'll keep filming just to see if he goes through. Yeah, we're going as a 10k. I'll see if he's set off with a 10k runners. I wouldn't have thought so, like. I'm going to come through there now. You wouldn't have waited because that would have put him further behind. He must have went through, but the timing chip's saying he hasn't started yet. Maybe the timing chip's not working, not sure. Seems to be more people in the 10k than there was in the half marathon. Dirty bottles. There's a bit of a tail here. This pub, dirty bottles, bit of a tail here. See the old bottles in there? They're all dusty and apparently haven't been touched for years. If you freeze that there, I'll tell you all about them. They've been knocked in the window for years. If you touch them, you could die. Anyway, we're looking at the main street now. Narrow gate. Named Narrow Gate because there's a narrow gate ahead, which used to be year one. Year one used to go through it. I'll show you that a little later on. I'll show you this a bit of a cruel tale. Directly ahead of us is a place called the Bay in the bank. Years ago, apparently in the cellar of that place there, used to be a bank, and then I think it became a hairdresser's or a barber's, and they kept the bay in the cellar, and they used the grease off the bay for to style people's hair. Horrible, cruel tale, but just to show you what goes on. And I'm not sure if it's right. I think it's the correct building. I'm not sure. So that down there is the cellar, somewhere down there. We'll let her know. This used to be a road going down here, but they've pedestrianised it now, like. It's a lot better. That there leads through the marketplace. Right. A lot better since it's pedestrianised. So that there used to be where the A1 went through. There isn't even any traffic lights on this day, so you've got priority if you're leaving. If you're going this way, go out on it, you've got priority. And at busy times it can be a bit of a, you've got to go for it sometimes. That one there, the White Swan, inside there, one of the bars is done out with the interior of Titanic's sister ship, I think. That's that anyway. So if you're on the White Swan, there we go. Priority oncoming vehicles. You think, I think the reason they didn't put lights on is because it will make it look unsightly, but the signs are possibly worse, you know. Who knows? But it crosses across there to this house on the left. And that used to be Alnwick Cinema there, the playhouse. It's like a theatre now. And that's outside the walls of Alnwick. There you go. You have wait oncoming vehicles. Mine sometimes are attended, isn't it? There we're gone. Just in case you didn't believe us, just in case you thought I'd made it up. That's the road out of Alnwick. And that's a club across there. My grandfather used to drink. And they lived just up here. My great grandmother lived up that way. Straight away on the up there and then turn right. Everything's changed. Lots and lots of change in Alnwick in the past 40 years. Aye, 40 years. It's probably 40 years ago, 42, 3 years ago when I used to hang with you. This place here used to be a brewery. So I converted it, looks like luxury apartments, that new. My grandparents lived up there. I did walk past and had a look in there. House has obviously been bought now, it's not a council house anymore. For a massive extension in the back where I used to grow potatoes. And I used to always turn the soil off with my granddad, do the weeding. I wasn't up here enough to look after it like so. But aye, good days. So what I might do now is I might go and have a walk through the park, land where leaves running out in the day. Just walking for a couple of 100 metres. Maybe half a K, whatever, have a look around. And see what's happening. You'll see hogwarts popping over the top there. I didn't film in this street where I spent my time growing up when I was a kid, because I didn't want to be filming people's houses, you know, I think I'm casing the joint. But aye, things have changed. I think most of the properties now look as if they've been bought, which is understandable if an Alnwick, you know. Another tower there, I'm not sure what to call this one. Something else, there's loads of historic stuff in Alnwick and you can wander around all day pointing stuff out. I think this is called Dispensary Street. I'm not sure what the tower's called. We'll find out though. It's a fine tower. This would have been one of the other gates to the well, town, city of Alnwick, or the area of Alnwick. That would have been the curtain walls, I would imagine. Potter Gate. Here's this street here. Must be Potter Gate. Strange, isn't it? Harry Potter, Potter Gate. 1768. One of the old town gates. So I was right. I'm getting better at this history stuff on. That's the door to get in. Obviously we're not allowed in, unfortunately. So this road along here, I forgot how long it was. Wow, it's a canny. I used to come along here, my grandparents, my great grandparents, when I was a kid. And this is the road that leads to the Duke of Edinburgh's Parkland. I'll show you the entrance in a minute. It's quite a lovely building, the gatehouse. But I used to walk along here, and I'm just thinking, when I was just a little wee nipper, to walk from the house where they lived to here, and then into the park itself, and we used to do quite a circuit. You know, that must have been. I must have slept well them nights. I think there used to be a school up there, I'm not sure if that's there anymore. Not sure. And I can't remember these houses here on the right hand side. So there it is. That's the entrance to the. And I always remember as a kid when you walk through, the people who lived in the gatehouse, they must have looked at that window at the bottom, maybe, and they'd see you coming up this path. And I would always greet you and say hello. And they used to always speak to me grandparents, my great grandparents. not sure if I've ever come here with great grandfather. I'm not sure at all. Great grandmother, loads of times. She loved market. There's a thing across here on the right. Not sure what it's about. It's something with Richard the Lion or something. Some historic thing anyway. We'll have a look at this first. We'll go through that. So I'm loud in, it might not be open yet. There's only certain days of the week you can go for a walk. There's no dogs allowed, unfortunately, because obviously it's what does that say? It's hard to read. William the Lion, King of Scotland, fight Alnwick cattle. Fighting Alnwick cattle was here taken prone. Not sure what that says there. King of Scotland. Oh, Alnwick Castle, man, not Alnwick cattle. He was taken prone, so he must have got injured. Right, let's have a look inside here, eh? Sure you'll agree, that's magnificent, isn't it? Lovely, love to live there. If you go to the right there, sorry, to the left, that's where you would get it onto the moors, up the top of Alnwick. If you were like leaving Alnwick heading towards Rothbury, the moors is up there, and this wall, this goes all the way around. Apparently, it goes all the way around, it's about 10 mile, this wall. And kids used to, oh, you see it, it's got like a triangle, like a pointy top, and kids used to challenge ourselves to try and get around it, walk all the way around it. Some feet, that mind. I don't know if anybody ever did it here. No cars, bicycles or dogs. It's open 11. It's 11 o'clock yet. 10:58, so it's open. Any cars, any bicycles, no dogs. Park was open most days of the year. Free seaboard. For full details. That's it. Lovely. There's anybody sits in the welcomes, you know. Well, a couple used to be all lovely, like. Really nice people. I probably won't welcome them, to be honest. I'll just probably see what they're up to. I'll show you the start. That's where, hold on, yeah, there, on the castle. So they must have went around here, and round a couple of loops of this, and then I think a loop of that. You've got Brisley Tower, that's an interesting place to go into a walk to. I'm not sure if there's a cave somewhere in here. I'm not sure where it is. There's a few things in. There's a Monk's Bridge, Deer Park Drive, Freeman's Gap, Deal's Quarry, Standing Stone. I'm sure we used to go down there to the riverside, unless it's further on, but you can't go that way anymore. I'm not going to be able to do very much here. It's 11 o'clock now. He's going to be coming in at 12, so when you get the first bridge, I'm not got time for that, to be honest. Like, I'm not got time for much. Left me still a bit short time wise. I'm not even going to be able to go as far as the first bridge. Start again, eh? While my son's Grafton doing his half marathon, I've got this lovely sandwich in here. I'm going to eat. I've got a few minutes, but 20 minutes, half an hour. I might as well enjoy this sandwich. Cheese, beef, cheese and pickle. And coffee. I've got some coffee there as well. So that'll be nice. We'll go with the house. Make the most of it. Should have bought a stove, shouldn't I? Collected some twigs and all that. Did a bit bushcrafty coffee making. Now he's cooked a steak, some mushrooms. But it's much easier just making yourself a sandwich. fine sandwich it is indeed. It's not a bad drop of coffee either. That place across there, I think it is anyway, my dad was taught by nuns when he was a kid. And I think that's where the nuns, not sure it's still something, it's a gallery now, but I haven't got time to get in. But we came up here one day, I think it's that building, and my dad, my sister and my two kids went in with him. I stayed outside that. I'd heard stories about the nuns. I wasn't keen like. Right there. I was just thinking I've had a really great day that day. A couple of hours wandering around Alnwick. You know, thinking road times, thinking of the people I knew up here, obviously me grandparents and relatives and things. But all the places we went, the things we did. It was a change, it was a marked change from growing up in Gateshead. There wasn't much countryside at Gateshead. Though there was, but it wasn't like this sort of countryside. You know, we used to go all over. And our kids on our bikes, we always pedalled across there, which was about 6 miles up the coast, gone fishing for the day and pedalled back, pedalled Alnwick, walked Alnwick often, we often walked Alnwick. Alnwick is only 3 miles. Well done, Lee. Did great. Yeah.
What was that?
12 by 2 or 7, quarter of me. I don't know what time you set off, like.
I saw me watching it later as well, so it's not.
Well, you'll get your time off there, mate. Did you set away with the main punch?
Yeah.
How was it?
Hard.
Aye.
I was expecting an easier second half, but it was going up to the Priory again, up the big hill, and it just ruined us.
Yeah, well.
I was trying to get under two, but I knew it wouldn't.
Hey, you won 4, like. You won 4. Well done.
It's good though.
Aye.
Nice.
Good seeing you now, aye.
Very good, yeah. Very nice.
Excellent. Aye, great. Yeah? So on your top, if you pull the net thing on the top, it is at the back. I couldn't even remember what top you had on, man. When you took that off, right?
I thought you might be able to see the red hat.
No. You started off with the main field, aye? Alright. Well, that's it. Proud of him. Yeah? Doing well. Nearly ducked in a 2 for a hilly trail marathon, half marathon. Not bad going that, like.
Well done, good running, well done.
Next year, hello, right? Nice little dog, yeah. And next year, I'm doing it. I promise you. Definitely. Anyway, I've got a few thousand steps in it, yes, that's my exercise. And we've got to get up this big hill again. We'll take our time though. Back to the castle, back to the car park. Free car park as well.